Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a really cool video because we're going to practice calculating 12 moves. As I'm sure you know, calculating is very important in chess. Usually the stronger calculator wins because the stronger calculator is usually the stronger player. So this puzzle comes from this book, 101 Chess Exercises for Advanced Club Players, and it's a really good puzzle book. They're very difficult. It actually says on the back that it's recommended for 1800 and above. And this puzzle in particular should have had an asterisk with a warning because it's very difficult. It's black to move. We are looking at it from white's point of view, but I have mentioned in the past that I like to switch and sometimes do puzzles from the other point of view. So black to move in this position. Now it's not mate in 12 from this position, but after black's move, which is the only good move for black, there is one line which is mate in 11. So to see, and it's the only winning line. So basically you do have to see mate in 12. So if you want to try and pause the video, you can do so now. Okay, first I'll read the solution, the moves, then I'll draw it with arrows and maybe explain a bit, and then I'll do it moving the pieces. So the solution is bishop g6. And after bishop g6, white's best move is knight f1, I believe. And black has a decent advantage after taking the rook on f7. But the critical line after bishop g6 is rook takes e7. And it's mate in 11 from that position. And I'll read it out. Here we go. So bishop g6, rook takes e7, queen takes g2 check, king takes g2, rook takes h2 check, king f1, bishop d3 check, king e1, rook e2 check, king f1, rook h1 check, bishop g1, rook e h2 check, rook e2, bishop takes e2 check, king e1, rook takes g1 check, knight f1, rook takes f1 check, king d2, bishop takes c4 check, king c3, rook takes c1, checkmate. All forced after queen takes g2, obviously. So now with arrows, this is the best move for black, giving +2. And as I said, white should play this to protect h2, and black wins the exchange. But in the critical line, if white takes the bishop, black's only winning move, otherwise he's just lost a piece, right? The only winning move is queen takes g2 check, forcing king takes. Now it's rook takes h2 check. White should go to f1 to resist the longest. Now we bring this bishop back to d3 check. King e1 to resist the longest. Rook e2 check. King f1 to resist the longest. King d1 would lead to mate very quickly after rook h1. So king back to f1. Now rook h1 check, forcing bishop g1, blocking. Rook e h2, discovered check. Rook e2 to resist the longest, blocking the check. Bishop takes e2 check. King back to e1. Rook takes g1 check. Knight f1. Rook takes f1 check. King d2. Bishop takes c4, discovered check. And now king c3 or king e3 is mate in 1 as well. So king c3, rook takes c1. Hopefully you're able to follow the arrows. It's a bit tricky, I know, but I also recommend setting it up on a board and following the moves and trying to visualize them. Very difficult, right? Very difficult. So bishop g6, and after rook takes, it's mate in 11, forced, with queen takes g2. So let's have a look at the line. Queen takes, only legal move, king takes. Rook takes h2. Now if king here, we just go check and bring the other rook and it'll be checkmate. So king has to try and escape to f1. Now, as you can see, the light squares are the issue, right? These white pieces do not defend at all the light squares. So bishop d3, black has to run this way. for the same reason as before. King e1. Now rook e2 check. If king goes here, then we bring the other rook down and it's almost checkmate. So king has to go back to f1. Now rook h1 check. Just make sure I'm not missing anything. Yep, so forcing bishop g1. Now we give this discovered check with the bishop, which forces to resist the longest. They should block, because that gives the king the option to try and run behind the bishop, as you see later. So bishop, rook e2, king okay, now we take the rook, forcing king e1, rook takes g1 check, knight f1, giving the king the chance to escape, rook takes f1, king d2, taking the pawn with discovered check, and if king e3, rook e2 is checkmate, and if king c3, rook takes c1 is checkmate. Very nice, very difficult, but I think it's a good exercise to practice the visualization because it's all forced, and with forcing lines, it's a lot easier to calculate and practice, right? So very nice puzzle. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions about the moves, feel free to comment. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.